What are the other big barriers to executing an effective data strategy that you've seen?
Firstly, there's the people and the process elements to this. I think, it does require cross-functional collaboration. You're going to have sales, marketing, customer service. They've all got to be sort of collaborating on what it looks like. The poll there is interesting that there's not a single lead. I think there's got to be some accountability. I think, anyone within any business structure knows that unless someone is sort of accountable for something, then it becomes decentralization and no one's accountable. And so I think that's quite an interesting stat that we just uncovered there. Resourcing constraints are always going to be a barrier. How important to an organization is it? Typically, there does need to be some level of top-down importance around this. This then comes with some funding and some resourcing to be able to actually effectively execute on a data strategy. There's going to be some resistance to change because it is going to mean that some teams and functions are going to have to potentially operate in a slightly different way. But then it comes on to the technical elements as well, the data silos that exist across organizations. Customer data is across the whole organization in pretty much so many different technology solutions. How do you bring that together in a way that you can both identify it, that it can be consolidated, but also then how do you leverage it and you start trying to deal with those fragmentations of data? That leads then on to probably a quality issue. Can you pull it into one place? We see a lot of organizations have done, data lakes and that type of thing where they've just, pulled data into a single location, but it's so difficult to actually get any meaning out of it or to even unify that data in a way that you can then leverage. And then finally, some of the incompatibility within data solutions. How can you actually integrate and pull this data together so you can use it? I think that's really the bottom line for me is all these systems need data. They need to reside there, but how do you can pull it together and keep it in sync across your organization is a real challenge for most businesses.